Hello and welcome to Project Vayner episode 89. This is the documentation of my journey as a content creator towards getting a job at Vayner Media in New York City. In today's live episode that we are doing once every month with a new guest every time, in today's live we have a guest here from Sweden. It's another video creator and entrepreneur. He has a lot of different things going on, a lot of companies, and we are going to talk about how he's been able to create this lifestyle that he has, being able to travel around to different countries, create videos, and make a living out of that. So yeah, we're going to show you a short little video of today's guest, and then we are going to jump into the questions.
Fantastiska snygga vänner och välkomna tillbaka till Filip Ljungbergs vlogg och lite träningstips. Jag har så många saker som jag vill dela med mig till er. I'm gonna give everything I got for you. Idag ska jag testa på att vara gravid. Det är det sjukaste som händer. Jag har just med hela detta huset för mig själv! Just det.
And welcome to this episode, Filip Ljungberg.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to promote you as we're speaking here at all the channels.
Yeah. We just some information before we jump into the questions. We are trying out a new streaming software today called Restream. So I've been trying out OBS for the last year, discovered some issues. So now we're trying out Restream because I get everything into the same view, and I can also stream to Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time and integrate the comments into the live. So if you have any comments during this episode, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will try to pick it up during the live. So yeah, over to you, Filip. Introduce yourself a little bit and what you do.
Introduce myself. Well, my name is Filip Ljungberg. I live here in Helsingborg in Skåne, in Sweden, for you guys who don't know. I've been an entrepreneur as long as I can remember, all the way back to my childhood when I started my own small little projects, and always been excited about creating stuff and always the business side. I remember, now we're talking about the entrepreneurship, when I think I was like 13 years old, my father had friends coming over from his work from Stockholm all the way down to Klippan, and they wanted to sleep over at our house and use my bed. And I told them, yes, that's okay, of course, but it's gonna cost you 20 Swedish kronor. That's about $2.
Yeah.
So every weekend they paid me about $4 or 40 Swedish kronor. So I already started my own business when I was like 12 years old.
You have it in your blood.
Yes, it's in my DNA.
Yeah.
So yeah, already from there I started and always had a mindset of business. I don't know if it was my father, because he owns a own company, a printing company called gymnastics in Klippan. And one thing I really liked about what he said, or what he was more, doing stuff than saying stuff. In that context means he never said to me, "You're gonna be a CEO of this company in 20 years." So he always, come to companies, see what I'm doing, learn stuff, and if you want to make money, I was 15 years old, you have to paint the entire building. If you want to make money, you need to be under that floor and scrub those machines. So in that way, I learned not the really hard way, but I learned if I want something, I need to do something for it. It's never gonna get free. And yeah, so I went to gymnastic when I was 11 years old because I had a lot of energy when I was a kid, and I really loved to move myself around. So gymnastic was something that was really close to me. I don't know how much I'm going to talk about my childhood and everything, but I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And so I, when I was 10, 11, between 10 years old up to 18 years old, I just went into the gymnastic and were there for those 8-9 years, and I really loved it. And I had a mentor or a coach that I've told him like 300 million times that he is one of the biggest reasons why I love to create companies and why I'm not afraid. And what he did, he said, every time you fall on your face, you stand up and you just smile. So in that way, because we went to so many competitions, when you lost yourself on doing double flip with twist, and you land on your face, you said it doesn't matter. Get up and smile and say, well, I did a double front flip with a twist, and I did it, but I didn't land it. And every time we did some dancing choreography, when people went to the left, I went to the right, and I'm like, oh shit, I lost myself. He said, just smile at the audience, just smile at the audience. So when you hear that sentence and when you hear those words, I was going to gymnastic for about 4 times a week, and you train about 3 hours every time. When you hear that 4 times a week, that's about 12 hours a week. Just get up and smile. Just get up and smile. Which, when it comes to creating stuff or trying, I'm not afraid to fail because I'm just gonna smile and say, "Well, I did it anyway." So it has really transferred me from actually going from gymnastic to creating company, and I have that always in back of my head. Because so many today wants to have it so perfect before they release something. But for me, I'm just gonna try and say, like, I really like this thing I'm trying to do now. I'm just gonna release it and see what happens. And as for you and me, we listened to Gary Vaynerchuk for many years, and it's a making game. And before he actually said that, before I actually watched Gary V, I actually saw him live on a stage. I think it was 8 years ago. I was in a network marketing company called Vima, and he was actually there on stage, and I didn't know him, and he was not that big on social media at that moment, but he was a really good public speaker. But the thing is, I always been trying, and I always been happy, and always be, all this kind of words and things Gary are saying. That's something that I've always been living by. So it's kind of cool to see when he speaks so freely about it. And yeah, so that's my kind of my childhood and why I started to create a company. And always, for me, it's always been, I love working. I really love working, and I really love working hard, but it has to be on my terms. I if someone, like, I have a couple of message and calls that what people want to hire me, and I say thank you so much, but you can't hire me because I'm a free bird. I'm gonna be there for like 8 hours, and then I'm gonna run and say, no, I can't do this. So entrepreneurship, I think it's something you can go to some of the entrepreneurship, but I usually think it's something who you are,
Mm.
and as a person, and as long as I can remember, I've been in entrepreneurship.
Mm.
Um,
And it feels like it sounds like your dad was really putting value in the effort more than the actual result, to like push you to continue to try things. Do you feel that you got a lot of that from him, or do you feel like you had that kind of natural within yourself?
Both, I would say. I mean, if I look at my dad, one thing I love about him, that he never put the pressure on me, even though I had a big company, and
Mm.
said, one day you're gonna take over the son. This is gonna be yours. You need to work here for 20 years, and then you can take it over. So he never, he never put that pressure on me.
Mm.
He have always supported me in whatever I want to do. He has never said, "Oh, you need to make this kind of money. You need to do this. You need to go into entrepreneurship. You need to go to school." He has never said anything.
Mm.
He has just said, "Do what you love, and I will support you, but you need to work hard for it." That's
Mm.
it. Like, so simple. And I don't know. Maybe some people just go with the flow, like if they have heard, like if they hear that kind of words, they would just continue, and maybe some people was, go in the lazy way, but for me, that was enough. And so he always been very, very supported.
Mm.
Um,
And you do a lot of different things also. You have this like your own company where you're working with video creation, but also the parkour. Uh, is it company?
Yeah.
Or like club?
Yeah, so I started, or not me, but like it was me, Marcus, and Emil started a company called Airwhip for about years ago. And the story behind it was, we love parkour, jumping on rooftops. We love to do flips and so on. And we want to, be loving to do that full time. And we couldn't at that point do it. Like, it was so new. Nobody knew what parkour was. Some people knew it in France, but it was so new into the world, so nobody really knew what it was. So it was kind of hard product to really sell until it had a visual part of it. That's why the video creation came in to the other company. But so we took a lot of pictures and did a lot of videos. So me and Marcus was really good at marketing ourselves. We did a couple of shows for other companies, and when we realized they want to have real event or commercial, when you want to promote a product, that was our strength. And also what we were selling was joy, happiness, strength, flexibility, speed. Most of the companies had that kind of value in those words, so it was really easy for us to sell the entire concept. So we did that for about 4 or 5 years, and then Marcus, my colleague, said that we should start a club. That's called it's going to call the Airwhip Academy. And I didn't believe it in the beginning, and then I said, who want to train parkour with the kids? But boy, I was wrong. We hired a gymnasium. Oh, what do you call it? School gym. And we took about 10 kids that want to train parkour, and they told their friends. And the next time we were about 15 people. The next time we were 20 people. The next time we were 25, then 30, then 40, then 50, and then 100. And then we were so many, like, we didn't have any space. So I went to Helsingborg's town and I said, I need more space. And they gave us, cool, what do you call, big facility. But like, there was nothing. There were with on the ceilings and roof, that there were like we were totally empty, and we didn't have any money at that time, so we were so dependent on having sponsors. And when you call a sponsor and say, hey, can you give me about 400 liter of white color so I can paint the entire roof? They said no, because they didn't even see the value of giving it to us, to the club or the kids. So that was the first time I learned how to really sell and not see the entire problem. Like, okay, we need 400 liters of paint. Nobody give us actually 400 liters. That's so much. But the painting companies could actually give us 10 liters or 20 liters. So what we did was I just started calling all these painting companies in entire Skåne and said, hey, my name is Filip Ljungberg, and we have this parkour club that's called Arep Academy. It's a non-profit organization. Can you please give us 20 liters of white color so we can paint our ceiling? And I said yes. And I did the next call and the next call and the next call and the next call and the next call until we had 400 liters of painting that we could paint the entire facility.
That's cool.
Yeah. It was really happy that the day when we opened the doors, there were so big line. Like, I have never seen so many people. Thank God there was not COVID-19 there. Because when we opened the doors, they were packed with kids and parents and kids who wants to do flips, and the land each other was totally chaos. And I love when it's chaos. It is what it is, and I always try to organize it, and I'm just smiling and say, yeah, we're gonna fix it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So yes, we did that for 10 years, and then we actually I bought the entire, because we were 3 owners of that company, and I bought that company 1 year ago, and because we decided to just give it to the non-profit organization, the entire club. So we just put it over there, and I left the company, and or I left the club, and I took the company, and me and another guy whose name is Almir. So we bought it, and we redid it to a new company. It's called Ones Who Do, and they're gonna create posters instead.
Right. And the poster behind you is from there, I guess.
Yes, it's one of those we just created. But before we go into the posters, I can continue talking about how I actually transfer myself into the content creation. Because my initial idea was not to be a production company or videographer or photographer or edit videos. That was just an accident. Like, there was no plan behind it at all. I went on a trip with my wife, Natalie, and we were supposed to go to Bali. And we have been planning this for 6 months, and we were so excited, and we had everything planned. Everything was super fine. And we went to the Copenhagen and airport, and in good time, and was supposed to go on the plane, and he checked my passport, and he looks at my passport, and it takes a long time when he looks at my passport, and I started to get a little bit nervous. Why is he looking at my passport so long time? And he said, well, you're not going to Bali. And I say, what do you mean? Well, your passport is going out in 5 months and 27 days. You need to have a passport that's 6 months.
Oh. Wow.
And we were such in shock, and I said, okay, can we get, I don't know what is it called, provisorisk pass,
provisorical, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Like, this the pink passport that you can travel for 6 months on, but you can't travel on those pink passports to Asia. You need a real one.
Oh, okay.
So me and my wife, I actually just sat down on the airport and started to cry, because we've been looking forward so much to go to Bali. We planned it so hard. We saved so much money and everything. And my wife, she said, like, I'm not going home. I'm not, like, we're going on vacation. We're like, we need this vacation. Okay. So we bought a ticket to Italy.
Mhm.
And for you guys who never been to Italy, never go to Italy when it's August. I had no idea, but never go to Italy when August because it's called high season.
Oh.
So, well, it was a cheap ticket over there.
Mm.
And I said when we landed in Italy, I want to go to car rental and rent a car. So I said I want to have a car for 2 weeks. Yeah, full insurance, because you always say full insurance when you get to United States of America. But when you go to Italy, you say full insurance. Full insurance is when you're outside the car. Full insurance, whatever you do in like, it doesn't matter. It's a full insurance in entire country.
Yeah.
So I just gave them the credit card and I signed, and when I checked my credit card balance, it said for 2 weeks a Fiat 500. They had deposit 1,500 euro.
Ooh.
So we haven't just started a vacation.
Yeah. Oh.
2 weeks was the most the most expensive vacation I'd ever been in my entire life. High season, 2 weeks, no hotels, no hostels. Like every single day, we need to find somewhere to sleep. But we created a very lovely video of it, and I shared it on my Facebook and my social media on YouTube. So I get about, I don't know, 300 views or 400 views on the video. I really loved it. I still watch it sometimes. It's one of my best videos because there's so much feelings in it, and it's a story behind it. And one of a good friend of mine saw the video, who works on a company called Sensino, and they do every year they do a trip to either it's in Asia or it's in Europe, and this time it was in Europe. And he said that he wanted me to film the entire trip. So I went to the main office in Gothenburg, and had a discussion with them, and sent my first deck to them, and got a yes on that. And from there forward, I started to get video jobs. So it was total in accident. I had no plan at all to start living on action, creating content and having fun with it. And after that, more jobs. I just posted again, like Gary Vaynerchuk and you and me, and just put it out there, and like no idea what's gonna happen. I had no plan, and was not like, if I send this video, I'm gonna get so many more jobs. Like someone liked it, someone didn't, and then I got another job, and then another friend called. I saw this video. Can you come to my company and create a commercial job? I'm like, yeah, of course I can. And again, I said yes, and then afterward, I had no idea. Like I had never done lighting before with to do an interview. I had never done a live mic. I always said yes, and then I was sitting there in a shitty position and thinking, I have no idea how to do this. I have no idea how many frames per second I'm gonna have this camera. I have no idea if I'm gonna film in C-Log or in. I'm just gonna shoot it in the project mode. I just tried.
Yeah. And figure it out along the way.
Yeah. That's what I actually did.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I always think, what's the worst that can happen? Like, really, what's the worst that can happen? They're gonna get disappointed? Yes. They're gonna yell at you? Yes. Oh, is that the worst? Like, are they gonna kill you? No. So I've been to so many situations in my life, and I'm thinking, like, I did a public speaking for 4 years, and sometimes I went over my head, and I was sitting so many entrepreneurs that, like, they had 400 employees. They had 15 million in revenue, and I had about 50,000 euros in revenue, and I'm gonna talk about entrepreneurship. What the heck am I doing over here? But I just love to try stuff and see what happens, and it's always been something that pushes me. When I'm scared, I need to try it, and I need to put myself out there. I need to try my best to be scared, because that's what's happening. When I'm scared, I'm pushing myself. So
yeah. How did you get that first speaking opportunity, by the way?
So I was in network marketing for about 4 or 5 years, and network marketing, for those people who doesn't know, it's kind of you're selling product for to people in their homes. You call the people together. They're even if it's a health product or if it's a plastic, there's different products out there. So when you are in each and every home, you practice yourself to speak to other people. And I saw a guy who was on stage who just did a public speaking, and he made about 25,000 Swedish kronor or 30,000 Swedish kronor for 1 hour of speaking. That's about $3,000 for speaking for 1 hour. And I said, well, if he speaks for 1 hour, make $3,000. If I speak 2 times a month, I'm good. Then I can do a lot of other things. Yeah. So I just want to get out there. And there's a nonprofit organization. It's called Transfer. I think they're still there. And you put yourself on this website. They can hire you for free to schools. And what you get in return is you get feedback. So all the kids in gymnasium, I think it's high school, they give you feedback, and the teacher always also give you feedback. There's like a whole page they have to give you feedback. So I did, I think it was 10 or 15 free public speaking. So just try it out, see if did I like it, can I improve, what can I improve, the slides and everything. And then I got my first job as a public speaker. I can't remember, but it was a long time ago, and I made 3,000 Swedish kronor, and then was 6, then was 7, then it was 8, then 9, then 10, and then keep going up, pushing up. But that's how I started.
But you practiced 10 to 15 times before you did your first thing.
And again, people are so dumb. not when I'm speaking out. Like, I'm thinking in a marketing perspective. People are so focused on getting money now, not in the long term. By that I mean, I've rather do free public speaking for big companies to get feedback and ask them, can I have your logo on my website that I've done public speaking for you? And usually they say yes. And when you speak for Tetra Pak, AstraZeneca, or you speak for IKEA or whatever, that's kind of big logos to have on your website. That's going to help you market yourself when you go to other companies. I did the same thing with video. I did free video there. I don't know how many free video gigs I did in the beginning. Well, I got the Sensina, but I need more logos on my company website. If I can do a free video for Radisson Blu, which is kind of big hotel, like the 3rd biggest hotel in the entire world, that's kind of good to have on your website. I mean, always thinking the long term. Always.
And is that how you did it with the? I know you had a helicopter ride on the Faroe Island.
Yeah, same thing. And my father said, and the best line ever: you're always gonna have a no. The only thing you can get is a yes. So you're always gonna have a no. The only thing you can get a yes. So when we really want to go on a helicopter ride. I've never done that before. And there was so many helicopters on Faroe Islands, so you can go to different islands. And I was watching their web content. I was in the Instagram, I was on the Facebook, and on the website, and we were actually on the Faroe Island. So I didn't do any pre-research when I was back home. It was actually when we were there, and I said, "Oh, that would be so cool if we could go on a helicopter ride." But like we don't have any money for it, so I just throw out the email, throw out the picture I had, and I sent them the picture I had and the videos I'm creating, and I said, if we can go on a helicopter ride, I will send you my pictures for free, and in return we can go on a helicopter tour with you guys. So it's a win-win. So I didn't. I sent it in. We were there in Faroe Island for 5 days, and I didn't. I sent it the first day and didn't hear the first day, second day, third day. But on the third day, we were out walking, and I got a call. And it was, I couldn't see which kind of number it was, but it was not Swedish. So I answered, and I said, "Hey, my name is Philip. Hello, this is from the airport here in Faroe Islands. We sent you an email, but you haven't replied. And the reason why I'm calling, because we had to close for today, is there actually a helicopter morning at 9 o'clock in the morning that you guys can get into, and you can go all the way to Torshavn, and you can grab a beer and be there for 40 minutes, and then you can fly back, and you can take some pictures, and you can send them to me." And when after I was with two of my best friends, and I said, like, "Guys, we're going to helicopter tour." Like, what? Really? It's like, yes, we were going on a helicopter when we were so excited about it. So it was super fun too.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
that's such a good example also. But it feels like you always had that kind of mindset, like, how can I provide something that I'm good at in return to what I want?
Exactly. Value.
And it doesn't have to be like a money exchange all the time. It could be like a skills exchange or experience or a service.
Exactly. And I don't know if you're going to talk about the SE trip, but I can talk about that. That was the same thing when I went with my best friends traveling to northern Sweden. It was so every year me and my best friend, we're childhood friends. We travel somewhere in Sweden, so we are saving $40 to my friend's account, and we are saying that there are two persons that has to handle the entire trip, and those two persons can't tell anyone where we're going. There's a surprise.
So
they're always circled between the two friends. So it was me and Simon. And I said, I really want to go to northern Sweden. I love Umeå and the entire northern Sweden. I love it so much, but it's really expensive. It's gonna cost us 25,000 Swedish kronor to go up and down, even though if we take a train ticket, and usually we get 25,000 Swedish kronor in the end of the year. So if we're gonna spend everything on just train tickets, we can't do anything. And the same day I was thinking, Lena from SJ added me on LinkedIn, who was I think she was a community manager, or she was like a marketing manager. So crazy. So when she added me, I just got this gut feeling, I need to call her. So she added me, and I wrote to her, "Oh, I'm so happy that you added me on LinkedIn. Can I get you? Can you send me your number? I need to call you now." Said okay, and I just call her and I say, "Hey, Lena." And she said, "Hey, I'm so excited that you added me on LinkedIn. This is so crazy." So I had this idea. We are 7 guys. We need to travel all the way to northern Sweden. We need to tell the world that we can take the train. We are environmental friendly guys. We don't need airplanes. We travel all the way to northern Sweden and show that we can explore the Sweden, use Sweden in a more, an environmental perspective, but also in tourist way.
Mm.
We need to travel more in Sweden, and you are gonna sponsor us with 70 tickets.
Yeah.
And I was quiet, and she said, okay, yes. And to make it even better, you're gonna make us, or you're gonna send us first class, because we need to show them the more, how we can be on a luxury train destination, and more, more fun way to travel in Sweden.
Yeah.
Said, okay, so that's it. Yeah, we don't even need any money. Most of the people want you SC to sponsor with money. I don't want the money. I want the train tickets. Can you give this to us? He said, yes, I can. I said, excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we had the train tickets all the way down, up to northern Sweden, and all the way. But then we need to sleep somewhere, and I saw this super cool that you can sleep outside in a tent and everything. You can have super experience, and you can go on snowmobiles as well. And the cost, I think it was about 50 or 60,000 Swedish kronor for 7 people. So I called him and I said, hey, my name is Filip Ljungberg. We're going to travel all the way to northern Sweden. We are, we're super excited about the travel all the way. And we don't have 60,000 Swedish kronor, but I think you can sponsor us instead. And you can get some footage and feed videos and and the entire thing. And he said, no, I can't give it for free, but I can give it to you for 18,000 Swedish kronor. And I said, super, excellent. Okay, so that's 18. Then we're going to have food as well. And we're going to spend about 6,000 Swedish kronor on beer, because that's very important. Yeah, exactly. That's gängeshelg.
Yeah.
And so, but then we need to travel somewhere. We're going to go to Nordpolen, and we're going to travel everywhere. So that's the other sponsor I call Accentius. I said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
SC is going to sponsor us. This other company is going to sponsor us. Now it's your turn to sponsor us.
Yeah.
And they said yes as well. So, even though I provide a value with pictures and videos and sponsorship, I think it's a very important thing is to sell the actual excitement. If you really are excited about the project, if you really are excited about what you're doing, that's 95% what's going to take to sell a product. If it's a video, if it's a post, or if it's doesn't matter, but you need to be excited about it.
And I like what you did, that you just contacted her directly and said, I need to call you right now. And then had that excitement in the voice, and not just, can you maybe reach out to me whenever you have time?
Yeah.
And also when you got that first sponsor, that you were going for the next one and the next one, because then it might be easier to build on that, because you already have SE.
Yeah, which is one of those biggest companies out there. So had that kind of leverage, was easier to go to the next one and next one, next one. So you were in momentum. And but then again, it's the excitement that sells. And again, you already have a no. The only thing you can get a yes. And just go for it directly. Don't wait. And when I calling someone, I always, or even if it's a video message, voice message, or if I call someone, I always, one thing I'm trying is to imagine that person, we have known each other for almost a year. Because what happens, when you have talked to someone for a month, you start to get to know that person. You're a little bit more relaxed. You're a little more friendly, and you had a certain vibe. So that's why when I'm sending the same kind of energy when I'm calling someone. That's why I'm, when I call Lena and say, "Hey, Lena, hey, how you doing?" She was, in shock, because she thought we would known each other, because talking that kind of way, and in that conversation, it gets more relaxed. So
Do you feel like that kind of comes natural for you, or is it something that you had to like practice to get better at?
Both, I would say. Also a mature thing. But when you've done it one or twice, you always, like 9 or 10, you get a response that is actually a more a smile, or they're more calm. If you meet someone and a person smiles to you, 9 out of 10 times you will smile back. And so it's kind of the same thing when you call, or you had excitement, or the feeling that when you talk your words that you almost known each other, it get natural.
And I want to ask also, when we were talking about traveling and making videos, because I know that that's something that a lot of creators like to do.
Yeah.
Go to new places and discover new things and document it.
Mm-hmm.
You are working with Experience Albania, so do you want to tell us a little bit more about how that started and what that is?
Yeah, so Experience Albania is a company based here in Sweden, but it's in also in Albania, or it's both, with Marie and Flamand. So it's a it's a DMC company in Albania. So they sell apartments, they're tourists, and they have like almost everything in Albania. And that was also one of the things when we started with traveling and creating content outside of our own country. The reason why I went to Albania was because of Marie, and Marie is a very, very big in business, and someone I really look up to. So when I went to Albania, I felt this country is something special that nobody really talks about. And they're like very warm people, and everything they're doing there is still local, green energy. It's something rare. Don't have this mass production as we have in all the other countries. It's a really authentic place to go to. So when I went over there, Marie just asked me if I can create videos and films for them, and I said of course. And after been traveling for a week, I said it would be lovely to live over here. And they said, well, we're selling one apartment in Vlora. So next time I went there with my wife and Natalie, and we were looking at the apartment outside, and said we're actually going to buy this as an investment. And now we haven't been there for 2 years because we got Milo. Milo was created though in Albania, just so you guys know. But I really, really love the country, and I really love the Albania. So that was one of the traveling experience. But also, if really, Albania is more the experience. Albania is more a fun project and a little bit business. If you compare that to actually Sensino, when I've been travel around the world with them, conference in I've been in Germany, I've been in Hungary, I've been in Sweden with them when I had a trip over there. I've been traveling so much with them. It's fun, but it's also hard work. People usually see when you're traveling around the world that it's luxury, you're in Maldives, or if you're, 5-star hotel, which is nice, which is lovely. And especially when you have a company like Sensino. The thing with Sensino, for me, is they lose control of whatever content is creating. They lita på, what is that in
trust.
They trust me so much when I do my creates, so they don't interfere, which is perfect. In that way, I will also put more effort in making those videos. In that way, I am constantly wearing my camera. So it's not, even though I can film 2 or 3 hours, for a day, and I'm done. I can relax with the pool, eat something good, drink a wine. But that's not who I am. The reason why I got the jobs is because I always catch the moment. So I'm constantly always wearing the camera. I'm ready to see if someone's smiling, see if someone doing something stuff. So I work actually from morning to evening, and we usually when I get back, I have the scenes in my head, so I import the footage in the evening and I start to re-edit already. Even though you get back home and after 7 days of filming, you go through everything. I always want to see what I have been captured, so I always put in my computer directly. And, I need that and that scene as well. So it's fun experience, definitely, but it's hard work. And now, when you have a kid, I have a 1.5-year-old son. It's different. Before you go to, I was in Portugal, living in a 5-star hotel, perfect, everything, it was such a lovely stay. But usually when you don't have any kids, you can be there for 1 day extra. You can come 1 day before. Don't do that now. Same with you travel to Germany or whatever. You don't sleep over in a hotel and fly back the day after. You fly in the morning and you fly back in the evening because you want to be with the family as well. So it's changed in the way you're filming and traveling. I'm focusing more on doing bigger jobs. If I go to Tenerife, Bali, Maldives, like those kind of bigger jobs, I'd rather do than actually have to travel to Germany because of the family situation now.
And do you also like on purpose try to search for jobs where you get that trust and that like creative freedom?
Definitely, 100%.
Like how much does that how much is that of value compared to like how much they pay, for example?
Almost, 9 out of 10. It all depends. Kind of COVID situation now. You need to take jobs, but most of it is for me to be creative. If you book me, if someone here is listening, I want to hire you, Filip, as a content creator, and if you have a set of like a frame, and like it's only gonna be this, I'm not the person for you. You take someone. Take David.
No, take Filip.
No, but that's not true. And the reason why is because people not thinking outside the box. A content creator is always going to put the extra effort if they can be creative. The day you say to a content creator, no, I want this way, it's going to only be this way, I'm going to only create, they're not losing the control. They're not letting out, let it go. Let a content creator be a content creator. Of course, guidelines. Of course, there's stuff that's need to be in every single video or words or script. But let a content creator be a content creator. That's. Now when we're building the posters here, we have a team. We're working like 5 or 6 people now. The thing I'm focusing on is who you are, what you're good at, and the things you're not good at. I'm telling you, tell me directly, and I will not put anything, the things you're not good at, on your shoulder. And that way, you get a momentum of people who are excited about delivering their kind of product. If that's writing, text, speaking, creating, So.
Yeah, I heard something. Figure out what it was right now. It was like when you start a business, you can to be productive and like use the resources in the best possible way. there's like 4 questions you can ask yourself for every task. I'm trying to figure out what these 4 questions were. I know one was like, is this something I could streamline? Is this something I could automate? Is this something I could outsource? And then the 4th one was like, is this something I should do at all? Or should I like prioritize other things? And I think like when going through those questions with every task that you get, I think you can really like optimize how you spend your time.
Yeah.
And like, okay, I can be much more productive here, and or maybe someone else can do this much faster than I can. So my time is more worth than the time I spend or the money I save by doing this myself. Do you feel like there is like some things to think about when having your different companies, like either what company it is, like is it any like common things that you feel like, okay, this is applicable no matter what company you have, this is like skills you always need, or this is like something that you always need to think about when it comes to planning? Or
Yeah, definitely.
so
A system and structure, and a really important thing here also to tell everybody. Most companies, not most, like the more companies you have, you're not gonna win. It's not a competition here in how many companies you own. The more companies you own, the more problems you're gonna get, and you're not gonna be successful in you can't thrive in 5 companies at the same time. So that's something that's really important. The thing is, with my poster company and my Studio Ljungberg creating company, those go in hand. So creating content is actually for the posters, and posters is for the content. So it goes kind of, in the same way. But system is really, really important. Communication is really, really important. Task management program. I don't know what kind of programs you use, David, if it's Trello, Asana, or
I just switched to Trello. Actually, I had Todoist before, but I like the overview on Trello.
Yeah, I use Monday.com. Really, really love that one because you can rebuild the entire structure really nice, and I can show you later. And you can all guys, you can go into Monday.com and search for that. It's really, really good. And then for communication, I use Slack. And the reason why I use Slack instead of WhatsApp and Facebook and so on is because you have your different channels, and also an important thing is when you work, when you're free time, your free time. So I don't want to mix job and free time for people, because we need our free time, our escapism to get the energy back on when we work. So that's what I love about Slack. You can put certain hours when you work and certain hours not to be disturbed with any messaging and so on. So Monday for task management. So I put everything there. So I put weeks. This week we need to do all those kind of things, and the next week, and then an overview, and then rest of the communication is in Slack. And when we talk about communication, is also when you feel there is any friction between the teams. That's something that I'm being really good at. If you feel the energy, something's not right, some irritated, I attack that person directly. Now, when I say attack, I'm not saying I'm gonna attack them or be angry. I attack that problem very fast. So I usually just call them and say, "Hey, I felt that you're a little bit irritated here. Can you speak to me what it is? Did I do something wrong? Did this person do something wrong?" And last time it was irritation because someone wrote a sentence in Slack, and words sometimes can be read differently. So that person felt that he was angry, but in the same way he was happy. So I just had to fix it. So I fixed it real fast, because if you don't do that, the irritation is going to be there longer. And every time someone writes, that person writes, you're going to get irritated, or you're going to start ignoring that person.
Oh.
So that has happened so many times, and it can take like 3 or 4 days before that person respond to the other one. So to have friction-free company, attack problems as fast as you can, call, meet up, figure out. Because in the old school, you always say, well, I need to talk to my boss. I need to talk to the next boss, and that boss is going to talk to that person. No. We don't have time for that. You guys need to communicate. I can help you to communicate, but we have to fix that problem now. And then it's all gone. So.
I guess you like, the sooner you figure out the problem and solve it, the sooner you can move on and prevent the mistake become even bigger.
Correct.
And yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out if there is anything that we haven't talked about that I want to ask about. I know you have your poster company launching pretty soon.
Yeah.
Do you want to mention anything about that?
Yes, that would be lovely. We've been working with this poster company for us almost a year now, and trying to find the right supplier and everything. And so we are very niched to motivational posters. This is in Swedish, called Andas in, Andas ut. We have others here. So we're going to first focus on the Swedish market. We have 2 English motivational posters and canvas. So we have found a system that we are going to print worldwide, locally in your country. So that's going to be really, really cool. And also I'm very happy to deliver motivational posters, because that's been something that I always been delivering for the last 12 years as social media and so on. But also doing that in Swedish, it's really, really fun and excitement. I'm very happy about this. And I'm not going to be like a poster store or designer, because they're more in art. I'm just going to focus on inspiration and motivational posters. So that's going to be a very, very niched market. But that's something, again, it's going to be really fun to make videos with posters, because if you look at the other poster companies today, it's only poster walls. We are going to focus on creating more video content with the posters. So I'm really looking forward to do that. So if you're a video creator somewhere, except for you, David, around the world, and you want to collaborate, hit me up. We want to have more video creators around the world, so we can do different stuff. That's the future of it. And I want to have a big conference when this COVID is over. I want to have, I want to almost do like a Apple thing. It would be so much fun. Like, imagine like doing real Apple thing when they're printing, but it's just a poster. But you can sell the kind of same idea. Make something, announcement. The entire Apple thing would be so much fun to do with just a poster.
Yeah, totally. So just so like I understand it correctly, you said like integrate video into the posters. Do you mean like for the marketing, or like make videos
for marketing? So more when people this is for international, it says breathe in, breathe out. So this is for yoga. I want to be in a yoga studio, for example, and when the people do yoga. So yeah, it's gonna be different. But yeah, I really want to go on more video creation with posters than actually just taking pictures and put them on Instagram and Facebook.
Do you? I know, like some people have one company, and some people have a lot of different companies, depending on how you are as a person. Do you feel like it's beneficial for you to have a lot of different companies and that you can kind of integrate them into each other, like you're doing with like create videos for another company that you already own?
It's a synergy effect. But yeah, definitely. And as I'm reading here one of the comments, Svea Landshoff, trying hard not to comment on the other poster companies. You're allowed to do that because there's thousands of them. There's Poster Store, there's blah 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 blah. There's so many. So we are absolutely not the first one, but we're gonna be really niched. And I think the reason also why I want to go into the entire market of this is because I want to outgrow myself. That's I'm still trading time for money, so that's I want to go into a different e-commerce platform and go to B2C. I'm very much today. I'm only working B2B, so B2B is a whole different game. Customer service, landing page, Klarna, everything. So
my girlfriend worked at the poster store before, so that's why she's commenting about the posters.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, so, then you're then a poster, and you can see the quality of it.
All right. So I want to jump into the last two questions that I always ask my guests. So the first one is, who do you want to give a shout out to? Any special person that you want to highlight a little bit extra, and why?
So many persons, but I think I should actually give it to Yusef. Do you know the last name of Yusef on LinkedIn, who has VAM? Yusef Fallesen. Who do you know the VAM he has created?
I recognize the name, but I can't.
It's an angel investor, and he has created a company called VAM. It's you send video message, perfect for me.
Yeah.
And so you can promote your stuff, and you have your little dot inside of the corner and so on. And the reason why I want to give a shout out and why I think he's so smart is because he's creating a community. And he, as a CEO, called me 2 days ago. And, I don't know even how he got me my number now when I'm thinking about it. But I just send him on LinkedIn, voice message, and then I send him a VAM and the VAM. I really like this program. So he called actually me to say if I want to be in the beta group, and be one of the first people to be in the beta group. And I think that's so smart. That is so smart. He knows a lot of people. He's a good friend with Alexander Palaros, Framgångsborden, really, really good. Mikkel Arndt. He's married to Mikkel Arndt's daughter. Anyhow, he called me and asked. He didn't send a voice message. He didn't write text. He didn't write email. He called me as a CEO of a company, and he's I don't know how many employees he has at the moment. So smart. And that's, again, the work ethic and how he's communicating and doing the small little thing for a company. That is a difference between a successful company and not. So, yeah, VAM and VAAM. Joseph. Shout out to him. And what was the second question?
And the second question is there anything that we can help you with?
Poster company, poster.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you can check out Ones Who Do. Follow us on Instagram or on the website. We're launching the 23rd of November. But other than that, no. I love what you're doing, David. Really, I've been following you now for quite a while. and your work ethic is amazing. And
Thank you.
I wish you the best of success. And it's been
You too.
very much fun to follow you on YouTube. That you're growing over 1,000 subscribers. It's the absolutely hardest. It is like no doubt the hardest, and it makes because you are a genuine person. You always give. You're promoting LinkedIn. You're doing YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, you just give yourself all the time, and it pays off. You see, you have now, how many subscribers do you have on YouTube?
1,600 something.
Yeah.
Now.
It pays off. It pays off, and that's why the entire discussion of today is give first, ask later. Give value first and ask later. That's what you've been doing, and that's why you're getting a response. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm super happy.
Yeah, and I'm happy that you were able to join. Super valuable, both for me and hopefully for the viewers as well, to get some insights into your life and how you're doing with your companies, and some good advice on how you can market yourself and sell your services and build up your skills, and not necessarily charge the first time.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you so much for joining, and I want to thank everyone who has been watching this live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you.